What is going on? Doofus Mcdooface back with another unit breakdown, and today we are going for the Gargoyle.
Welcome to Nova.
I've been starting off a lot of these with my thoughts on Fiesta. I'm not a big fan of Gargoyle or Green Devil Fiesta. Gargoyles, you have to place the three perfectly, right? You have to place the Gargoyles absolutely perfect, right? Like, I don't even know if this works, right? And if you get snailed, your perfection becomes garbage. In addition, if you get sent on wave 2, you're gonna leak so bad. You have to add so much, and it's just really not worth it, right? Like, I don't even think this is a Fiesta. Or it's a great one. Alright, I'm gonna have to write this one down. Although, does it even leak? It doesn't even leak. See, you would have to just position it perfectly. You have to position this perfectly. So this Garg would have to be like right there. It's just too difficult, right? It's too difficult. And then wave 2, if you don't add anything, oh my goodness, you leak so bad. The other route people take is just the Green Devil open and hope you get snailed on 2. I'm also not a massive fan of that. Yeah, see how bad of a leak this is? This is like 83.75. 92% to no cent, right? 92%. Like one of the worst value leaks on wave 2 possible. Like, yeah, you have an amazing Fiesta on wave 1, and then you have to stay like 4 or 5 workers. Well, probably 5 workers, and you add another something. But just not a real fan of it, right? Then the other option is just Green Devil wave 2. Not a big Fiesta fan. I don't use Green Devil in that way, you know. I just use Green Devil as my arcane tank. Sometimes I'll open it with like Consort, Ranger, Masks, right? That's what I'm looking for. But that's just my opening thoughts. So, Green Devil is Magic Arcane, as is the Gargoyle, costs 40. The biggest thing to these units is their magic, well, I mean, I guess it is probably magic reduction. They have massive armor reduction, right? Massive. 35% reduced damage on the Green Devil. And this is why it's amazing for something called Chieftain Cheese, right? Chieftain Cheese is when you take a Pilgrim and you upgrade it to a Lost Chieftain. The Lost Chieftain gives 1500 health, but that's not the point of this video. The point is, this is an amazing tank because even on a bad wave, right? Arcane right here is minus 15%. But it gets plus 35% reduced damage. So really, it's plus 20% armor here, right? It's really plus 20% armor here. And then if you go like wave 7, right? Now wave 7, plus 25, plus 35, that's 60%. 60%. I mean, literally you can almost hold wave 15 with like probably 1500 value. 1700 value. I genuinely think you could almost hold wave 15 because that Gargoyle just stays alive so long with the Pilgrim buff, right? It has 7,000 health. And this will be good. It'll tell us how much damage it actually takes. Because their thing factors in the damage reduction. It took double, right? It's 60%, right? It took 15,000 damage. Pro leaked with 1700 value. So, that is the best part of the Garg Green Devils, is that they have massive armor reduction.
Yes, Chief.
When I play it, I'll open it on the wall just like I have. And then, as I said, I'm either going Masks or Buzzes. I mean, you could go Harpy. Yeah, you could Harpy. You could Harpy on 2. I guess I've done that a couple of times. Harpy on 2 is just the same. You're still 5 workers. And then you just shift. Yeah, actually, Harpy is beautiful. Yeah. Harpy is a beautiful one. Yeah, so this is your wave 3, right? If they send you a DT or something, you're easy going to hold because now your Harpy kills the DT. If they skip and are going to go 4, well, you shifted, and now wave 4 you have a Sky Queen. Almost unleakable, right? So that's why that's a really good one. But I probably like Buzz most.
Welcome.
Yeah, I think I like Buzz the most on this. Right? Something like that. And then if you have like 370, I mean you're 5 workers, you should easy hold this. You got something like this for wave 4, they send a dino, you're still chilling. They send a couple of DTs, you're still chilling. So I like pairing my Green Devil if that's my opener, right? If it's not my opener, then you work your build around something better. But if you are going to open Green Devil, you need pierce damage, right? You can do Rangers,
I'll give it a shot.
right?
On your mark.
You can do a Daphne up there, something like that.
I'll give it a shot.
Ranger on 2.
I'll
Make
give it a
sure you get
shot.
the Daphne on 3. Or sorry, Daphne on 4. Right? And now we're probably looking at 6 workers right here, right? Right now we're probably looking at 6 workers. Let's say they send a lizard and a snail. They would send a lizard into the Green Devil. Alright, we got a decent split tank here. I think I pro leaked the lizard in 1. Or just full hold too. Right? So something like this is beautiful, right? Something like this is beautiful. Both of them barely living. Might have been a pro leak to an 80. So I had the Gargoyle or the Green Devil just above half a tile in the circle, allowing a beautiful split, right? And then the Gargoyle catches the rest. This is also perfect for wave 5. And well, you could do the same thing with a mask too, right? Same thing with a mask.
Welcome to Nova.
Now this is a lot less damage. A lot less damage. You're gonna want to split. This will leak, right? I assume it leaks. I mean, this is a lot less value. Right? It all comes down to how good that false maiden is. Right? False maiden is tanking just perfectly here, though. Oh my goodness. Really good work on that false. Like, not bad at all. It could have been a full hold, right? Could have been a full hold. And that was very low value, right? Like, that's wave 3 value right there at 280. So, as I'm getting into, wave 4 is your weakest wave with the Garg, right? That's that one wave you need to build for, right? Every unit has a super weak wave early game, right? That just happens to be wave 4 for the Green Devil. Okay, so let's now just take a look at it from everywhere else. Wave 1, this is a great start. If it's just Green Devil, you're chilling. If you don't want to leak on 2 to that snail, have a split ready, probably consorts or swift tank. You can do looters. I'm not going to show you guys looters because I'm just not a fan of it. But you can do a looter and then like a pack rat for wave 4, which is okay. But then if you go pack rat, you don't really have an opportunity to hunt early game, right? And that's sort of the good thing. You know? I guess if you're hunting wave 1, hunting wave 2, hunting wave 3, and then you put it above ground wave 4, I guess that's acceptable, right? You could get away with that. Not that I'd recommend it. But yeah, wave 1, you're good. Wave 2, watch out for the snail. Wave 3, if you just leave it out, yes, you can leak to like the DT or lizard snail. But it's just like having a POTA on wave 3, right? It's exactly having a POTA only on wave 3. Yeah, if they send, you might leak, but then you're not gonna get hit on wave 4. So is your teammate okay if you leak on wave 3? That's what it comes down to, right? Because like a Green Devil leaking on 3, yeah, it sucks, But now you're not taking king damage on wave 4 because you could get absolutely demolished wave 4. So that's something to factor in. Wave 4, you're really bad. You need some type of pierce or a swift tank or a natural tank, right? You can also warg. You can warg, infiltrator wave 4, right? In anything with pierce or swift, you should be good, right? But wave 4 is that wave to look out for. Once again, if you're starting Green Devil, think about wave 4. Wave 5, Green Devil's actually really good because of the magic damage. The magic damage is actually really good because it's single target magic damage. And yeah, the tankage is not amazing, right? It is minus 15%, but the damage is still pretty good. So like you can usually get away with like doing just Gargs. If you did just like, I mean, you couldn't get away with this because of wave 4, you know. But if you just had something like this on wave 5, pretty sure you hold. Right? Pretty sure you hold most of the time. Because yeah, you're single targeting, you're taking that king down pretty fast. Quite close, but I killed the boss. I have this Green Devil still alive. Very long wave. Right? And if they would have sent, it could have been a leak, right? Very long wave. But with 2 Green Devils, I hold wave 5, right? So you're not terrible on wave 5. You're okay-ish on wave 6. It's sort of the same thing, right? Wave 6 is pretty much the exact same thing. Where you're good magic damage. You're not the best tankage. Wave 7, you're amazing. Tanking-wise, right? Wave 7 and wave 8 are just like wave 4. Tankage-wise, you're amazing. Best possible tank, right? Best possible tank on 7 and 8. But you do no damage, right? Because the magic into the arcane, it's not good, right? You're minus 25% damage. So you need that pierce, you need those masks. I guess if you had a nightmare, that could work too. Nightmare Butcher, but then you just want to start that early, right? You just want to start that nightmare instead of starting Green Devil. But yeah, everything's good here. Wave 7, you got to look out for brutes and mimics, right? And an ogre, and a lizard, right? These are all the things that are going to get sent into you. Sending brutes is always good into wave 7. Gargoyles. Mimic is of course what everybody wants to send, right? I don't know how many times I'll reference a Mimic on 7. A lot. And then Lizards is just going to be the income send. Right? So, this is actually a good time for me to switch over to what would you send? So wave 2, you send a snail. If you want to leak them. But then if you leak them on 2, they could go 6 workers. Or they could be Fiesta. Although unlikely. If you're going for the wave 3 send to try and break them, DT Snail is probably going to be your best bet. DT, it takes them forever to kill the DT. Yeah, DT is going to be your best bet. Lizard Snail is fine too. Nothing wrong with that. You could brute, but I wouldn't recommend brooding until like wave 4 into something like this. Yeah, wave 4, I really do like lizards. Lizards, brute, DT, anything on wave 4 should be fine. You could dino if that's your big send, but wave 5, same basics, right? There's nothing special into the gargoyles until like wave 7, right? Wave 7, mimic, right? If you can get a mimic on wave 7 and they already have 2 gargs and they've added like an infiltrator or a nightmare and they have swift tankage, right? They have swift and arcane. If you are being a nasty starver, a mimic on 7 is going to be pretty nasty. It's going to be pretty damn nasty. And then by wave 8, wave 9, you're not really sending into them anymore. Unless it's like late game, right? Once it gets to late game, it's like wave 14. Let me build the wave 14 for you guys here. Alright, it's wave 14. You're going for that wave 14 send. The best send right here. You would think it's, oh, that doppelganger, you want to send a 4 eyes. No, you want a centaur. Centaur will shred through this gargoyle split, right? I'm somebody that does this, so this is one of my weaknesses. Is I build a bunch of crap in the split, and the centaur will just shred through this. And then it'll start hitting the doppelganger, right? It'll start hitting the doppelganger as it rotates over. Alright, should be a pretty decent leak here. As long as he doesn't snipe the centaur. We get the centaur through on a wave where, it's pretty decent, right? And that was just a centaur. So yeah, late game, if they do still have a split like this, and they have like a Sov or a, I mean, I guess a Phoenix, but probably not. They have a Sov or a Doppelganger or Thetas, you know, Zerkers. Centaur could be really good. Centaur could be really, really good. You've also got the Needler opportunities. Right, once again. If they're just spamming all this crap, wave 15, this is beautiful. They're just spamming all these green devils. The Needler hits this enough. Right? Go to the right. Right, if the Needler kills some of these and gets some stacks, which this looks like a really, really rough RNG for us. Alright, see there, it's got the stacks, it kills the Doppel. It's going to be a pro leak. Because it did kill the boss. But see, the thing with Needlers, it's the RNG of the stacks, right? We did get the Needler through, but we were sending into 6 Green Devils and a Head Chef Hades on 15. And we got the Needler through. So, that's pretty good. What else is there to tell you guys about this? Yeah, I still like spamming it on 15. Right? I still like spamming on 15. That's just me. But yeah, you place 1 on 1, you place 1 on 3. You could do a Green Devil on 5 if you need that magic damage. Wave 7 and 8, perfectly fine options for our tankage. Would never build it ever, like up until 14. So you're probably building on 7 or 8, and you should never build another one until 14. Unless it's just like a Garg in the split and you have like 51 gold left over. Right? You have 51 gold left over and you're expecting a send on 11 or 12, then yeah, just throw a Garg in the split. It's still somewhat of tankage, right? And it's better than not placing anything at all. But yeah, wave 14, it's a good tank. Wave 15, it's one of the best tanks in the game. Even with their split shot, now that the units on wave 15 do the split shot, I still wouldn't mind like spamming some Gargs. Just regular gargoyles. It's pretty cost efficient. But yeah, something like this is really good on 15. And that's about it. You really, really don't want them on 20 because their health is so low. But if that's your only arcane tank, then on wave 20 you might have to spam Green Devils, right? If that is your only option on wave 20 is Green Devils, then so be it. You know, it's what you got to do, what you have to do. But let me just take one more look at this. Magic Arcane. We talked about their strong and weak waves. I guess when to shift would be like early game would be wave 3, right? You shift on wave 3 for a Berserker, 2 Wargs, a Sky Queen, a full Daphne, right? Things like that you can shift for on wave 3 95% of the time, right? Because you really don't care if you leak on wave 3. It's just like a POTA, right? The leak is minimal, and they gave up pressure on your weakest wave being wave 4. So shifting on wave 3 is perfectly fine. Now, one more thing, because I am talking about shifting. Some people go gun, Garg, right? Some people go gun, Garg. Man, there's so many different things you can do in this game. Gonna miss so many of them.
Welcome
Right?
to Nova.
Oh, I built that off center, but who cares, right? Wave 3. You've got the double Garg. Damn it. Why can't it hear me when I say wave 3? When I say wave 3, it should just automatically be wave 3. They send you the big triple snail on wave 3. You drop 2 Gargs. You're chilling. You might pro leak, you might full hold. Tad bit of RNG here. But what I'm saying with shifting is if they send into you on wave 6, right? If they, okay, easy hold. If they send into you on wave 6, right? Let's say you have something like this. Probably, let's add one more unit, right? Let's add one more unit here. They send you like Dino Snail wave 6. You hold or do really good. This is a fine time to now shift for the Vulcan. This is a fine time to shift for the Vulcan on wave 7 if your teammate is doing okay, right? If your teammate didn't get starved and isn't terrible on wave 7, this is a perfect opportunity to shift for Vulcan, right? You have 2 Green Devils and a gun, right, on wave 7. 2 of the best Pierce Arcane tank, right? 2 of the best. Like, let's actually go Brutes now. Just to show. So I'm shifting. I'm full shifting on 7. I'm going for the Vulcan, right? We're going for the Vulcan here, baby. What happens? They try to resend me, right? They resend me thinking I'm going to shift for the Vulcan, which I did. And let's see how it goes for them. Right, this is with me not building anything. With me not building anything, I leaked the Brute and 1.5 creeps. And I could have killed the Brute and maybe held. So that's why this is a great situation to shift for gun. Right, if you do go Vulcan gun, which it's okay, right? Like I showed you really quickly at the end here, like gun and Gargs on 3, unleakable. Unleakable. I think that is it though. I think that's about it. Any spells I would use on these? Never. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. And Mastermind, I think you could use any Mastermind for these. I do like Cartel with Green Devil. And then I like to leak on wave 2. So somebody like me, I like going Green Devil, leaking wave 2 if they send. If they don't, I don't care. And then I'm 6 workers with the Green Devil. I have an option for 4. Might pro leak wave 4. And that's okay because in my mind, I'm Cartel and I'm fine with long waves. But that's about it, guys. And I hope this was helpful. I'm hoping to make more of these unit breakdowns. So please let me know if you do like them. And I'll see you guys next time.